Okay, so I know I'm late reporting on all of this, but I'm gonna go ahead and report on it anyway because I can. Alright, y'all. Ready? Here we go! Grab your snacks, settle in, and let's dive into today's stories. From street drama in New York to diss tracks and allegations of colorism, we've got a lot to cover. Let's start with a situation involving Draya Michele and her boyfriend Jalen Green that has the internet buzzing. If you've been scrolling through your social media timelines lately, you've probably seen that Draya Michele, former Basketball Wives star turned businesswoman, has been the subject of some heated conversation. And not for the reasons you might think. Earlier this week, a video surfaced showing Draya and her boyfriend Jalen Green in what appeared to be a heated argument in the streets of New York City. The video caught Draya walking alongside Jalen, who's a rising NBA star with the Houston Rockets. The altercation was brief, but enough to spark speculation from the public. Fans immediately began dissecting the footage, wondering if the couple was headed toward a breakup. There were whispers that maybe their relationship, which has often raised eyebrows due to their significant age gap, Draya being 38 and Jalen just 23, the same age as Draya's son, was on the rocks. But just when everyone thought this might be the end of the story, Draya took to social media to clear things up. She posted a picture and video of herself and Jalen together, all smiles, essentially silencing the rumors and letting the world know that everything was fine between them. Draya captioned the post with something lighthearted, reassuring fans that they were solid and just had a minor moment, as couples sometimes do. She made it clear that while things might look crazy on the outside, they were locked in and still going strong. Now, while the couple's relationship seems to be back on track, it hasn't been without its fair share of criticism. Draya and Jalen have been the subject of conversation not just because of their argument, but also because of their age gap. Many on social media have pointed out that Jalen is about the same age as Draya's son, which for some fans feels a bit weird. People have voiced concerns about how the age difference might affect their dynamic, as well as how Draya's son might feel about his mom dating a man the same age as him. Despite all the chatter, Draya and Jalen are sticking together, especially since they have a 1-year-old daughter who they seem to be co-parenting quite well.
What group was Beyonce in before going solo?
I feel like I should know this.
You better know this. Come on. What was the group called?
Animal?
No, her group name of the girls. The girls. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna work hard.
What was it called?
The fact that they have a daughter together has only made their bond stronger, and it's clear that they're in it for the long haul, despite what the internet says. And you know what they say, relationships in the spotlight are never easy. Whether it's the age gap, a little street scuffle, or the constant prying eyes of social media, Draya and Jalen have a lot to navigate. But for now, it looks like they're still going strong. Anyway, moving on, we've got some more drama coming from the world of rap, and it involves none other than F&F rapper Glorilla. Recently, Glorilla dropped a diss track that had the internet absolutely on fire. Now, diss tracks are nothing new in hip-hop, but this one went a bit too far for some people's tastes. Glorilla's target? Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist. As discussed in our previous video is that Mariah and Thug were making fun of Glorilla's looks during one of their phone calls, while Thug was still incarcerated. And in this diss track, Glo is finally responding, and Miss Thang didn't hold back. She took aim at both Young Thug and Mariah, throwing some serious shade at their looks, giving them a taste of their own medicine. But it was what she said about Young Thug that really got people talking. Glorilla took aim at his appearance, calling out everything from his fashion to his physical features. But the most troubling part of the diss came when Glorilla made a comparison to Whoopi Goldberg. She didn't mince words, using Whoopi's complexion as an indirect jab to Thug's darker skin tone. Yikes! And that's where things took a sharp turn. Fans quickly called out Glorilla for crossing a line. What started as a feud between rappers soon morphed into something much deeper: allegations of colorism. Many people were taken aback by how Glorilla's insults seemed to focus solely on Thug's complexion, something many believed bordered on disrespectful and racially insensitive. Glorilla, whose rise to fame has been celebrated for her unique voice and perspective, quickly became the subject of widespread criticism. But Glorilla wasn't having it. She clapped back on social media, defending herself by claiming that her disses were just rap beef, that she was keeping it real and using the same tactics that legends like Nas and Jay-Z used to fuel their own feuds. She argued that hip-hop is a competitive sport, and that if you can't handle the heat, you shouldn't step into the kitchen. But for many, the issue wasn't just about competition. It was about the fact that her insults were laced with colorist undertones that fed into harmful stereotypes about darker-skinned people. As the backlash grew, people began pointing out that the issue was less about Glorilla defending herself and more about how she portrayed young Thug. By focusing so much on his complexion, she perpetuated a long-standing issue in hip-hop, where darker-skinned black men and women are often criticized for their looks, compared to their lighter-skinned counterparts who tend to be glorified. It's a dynamic that's been evident in the industry for years, but seeing someone like Glorilla, a rapper of her stature, using her platform to perpetuate those ideas was particularly troubling for many of her fans. Now, Glorilla's loyal fanbase is a bit divided. Some are sticking by her, claiming that it's all just part of the competitive nature of rap. Others, however, are turning on her, calling her out for crossing a line that should have never been crossed. They argue that while rap beefs can get ugly, using someone's skin tone as a weapon is a dangerous territory to navigate, especially in today's climate where discussions around race and representation are more sensitive than ever. In my humble opinion, Glow was better off playing the quiet game, because now things got a bit out of hand. But on the other hand, as Glow said, this could simply be the spirit of hip-hop, and it could be that people are more sensitive to her comments because it's coming from a woman? I don't know, but I will say this. The Whoopi jab was uncalled for, though. It's not an insult to look like Whoopi Goldberg at all. Her complexion does not make her less than. And if more people were aware of some of the obstacles she had to overcome in the entertainment industry, they would show a little more respect. Icons like Whoopi paved the way for those coming after her, and she did a darn good job doing so. Either way, I still like Glorilla. I won't be turning on her over something so small, and besides, you can't disrespect someone in the way Glow was disrespected. Unprovoked, might I add, and then tell them how to react. However, next time, Glow, leave Whoopi out of it. Please? Anyways, as always, I'll keep you updated with more celeb news and tea as it unfolds. Until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share if you care, and I see y'all in the next one. Bye!